Good morning, children. This is Neeraj Sharma, your general knowledge teacher. Today in this class, we are going to talk about different tribes of India, which is given on your page 24 in your general knowledge book for grade 7. First, we'll come to Gond. Children, I would like to tell you what is the meaning of tribes first of all. Tribes is basically a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities which are linked by social, economic, religious bond. Or we can say people with similar values or interest belong to the same tribe. First tribe we are going to talk about is Gond tribe. They are one of the largest tribal groups in the world, and they mostly live in the central part of India, in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Orissa. These people mostly live in the central India, and most of these people are Hindu by religion, and the language that they talk in is Gondi, Gondi, Gondi. Also, I would like to tell you that they make different kinds of paintings and they produce different types of tribal art at their place. And tribal basically means the Adivasi people. Adivasi is a term for heterogeneous set of ethnic and tribal groups that are considered to be aboriginal population of India. Okay, so these are Gond tribe. Coming to the next one, Bodo tribe. The Bodos, pronounced Boros, are an ethnic and linguistic community, early settlers of Assam in northeast of India. That means they all belong to they have same culture and same language, and they belong to the community which live in which have been early settlers of Assam in the northeast part of India. Also, the language that they talk in is also known as Bodo. Bodo is the language that they talk in, and their festival is also International Bodo Festival. Also, these tribes, different kinds of tribes have different kinds of beliefs and faiths, and they worship different kind of god. For example, Bodo people worship the god Bathau, and they worship him by offering him food and dancing to the tunes in front of him. Fine. So this category, they are Bodos. Next we come to the Santhal category. The Santhal or Santal are an ethnic group native to India and Bangladesh in South Asia. In the South Asia portion, they live in the regions of Bangladesh. Also, they have spread over in India. Santals are the largest tribe in the Jharkhand state of India in terms of population. Most of them by population are there in the Jharkhand state, and they are also found in states of Assam, Bihar, Odisha and West Bengal. So most of them live in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha and Bihar, and the language they talk in is either Hindi or they talk in the language Santhali. Santhali is the language they talk in. They have different kind of religions and they believe in different kind of gods. The god that they believe in is Sarna, Lord Sarna, and their population is approximately 49,000. And this Santal is one of the oldest tribes which have different kind of staple foods. For example, maize, rice. This is all the people eat. Okay, this is the Santal tribe. Coming to the next one, Bhil or Bhils are an Indo-Aryan speaking ethnic group in West India. They speak the Bhil languages, a subgroup of the western zone of the Indo-Aryan languages. As of 2013, Bhils was the largest tribal groups in India. So they are called either Bhils or Bhils, and they are Indo-Aryan speaking ethnic groups in West India. So we can say that they live in the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, then Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan. All these states are occupied by such people, and this is one of the largest tribes in India. I think before 2013 they were the largest tribes, and now they are second largest tribes. And Indian mythology believes that the Bhil women offered bay to Lord Rama while he was searching Sita. You must have watched Ramayan. In that, a lady has been shown offering bay to Lord Ram, and that lady belonged to this category, the Bhil category. Okay, next we come to the Garo tribes. Garo is a hilly tribe of northeastern India, mainly of Meghalaya. So, Garo people belong to the religion Meghalaya. They are with a tradition of shifting hill cultivation. So, basically, their occupation is hill cultivation. That means they cultivate on the hilly area. They are also inhabited in Kamrup, Golpara, and Khasi hill regions of Assam, Mymensingh district of Bangladesh, and in Jalpaiguri, Coach Behar districts of West Bengal. They are spread in these areas, and the language that they talk in is the Garo language. Okay, they are basically in such areas. Just remember the Assam, Bangladesh, West Bengal. In the these are different districts in these countries or states. So these Garo people live in these places, and the language that they talk in is Garo language. Coming to the next tribe, Khasi tribe. The Khasi people are an indigenous ethnic group of Meghalaya. So these people live in Meghalaya, which is a northeastern state in India with a significant population in the bordering state of Assam. Some of them also live in borders of Assam and in certain parts of Bangladesh. So we can say Khasi people live a small minority of people live in Assam, then in Bangladesh, and then most of them live in Meghalaya. The language is Khasi, and which is one of the most recognized language in the north, in that particular area, the eastern parts. Fine. So the language that they talk in is Khasi, which is one of the largest language used by the people of Meghalaya, and this Khasi is one of the largest tribe of Meghalaya. And one of the important thing about them is that they ferment rice beer, and the use of rice beer is a must for every occasion. They have in all the festivals, all the occasions, they use rice beer in their food. Okay, coming to the next category, the Munda tribe. The Munda people are an Austroasiatic speaking ethnic group of India. They predominantly, with the listing of Munda people as scheduled tribes, many are employed in various governmental organizations, particularly in the Indian Railways. So these people are basically found in the areas of only the eastern parts. The eastern parts have the Munda people also. Also, I would like to tell you that the language that they talk in is Mundari language, and their basic occupation is cultivation. That means agriculture is the basic occupation for them. And as you can see, the complexion is a bit blackish with short and curly hair. Okay, the interesting part is most of them have been employed in the governmental organization, especially in the Indian Railways. Most of the Munda people are there. Fine. Next we move to the Chakma tribe. The Chakma people are a native group from the easternmost regions of the Indian subcontinent. Most of these tribes are from the eastern regions only, and they are the largest ethnic group in the Chittagong Hill Tracts regions in the southeastern Bangladesh and in the Mizoram. Okay, and they are the second largest ethnic group in Tripura, India. So they are also part of the northeast India. Most of them live in the eastern parts only, the Mizoram and the Tripura regions, and the Bangladesh region. These people are found mostly over there. Coming to the Meena tribe, you must have heard this name, those people who belong to Rajasthan, at least they know this tribe. Meena is a tribe found mainly in the Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh regions of India, and its name is also called Mina. They are also called Mina. Okay, these are found in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Just remember the states where they are found. This is important. Then we have Mudugar tribe. These people mainly live in the Attapadi Valley in Palakkad district of Kerala, that is South India. These are the South Indian tribes, Mudugar. Okay, just remember the state Kerala. They belong to the South Indian tribes. After this, we have the Parliament of India enacted the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Autocrats Act 1989 to stop autocrats against the Scheduled Tribes of India. Children, what is the meaning of enacted? Enacted means made a law. So the Indian Parliament of India made a law favoring the Scheduled Caste and the Scheduled Tribes for the prevention of the autocrats. Autocrats means cruel behavior towards them. So to prevent the cruel behavior of other categories towards the Scheduled Tribes and Scheduled Caste, Parliament of India passed one law in year 1989 to stop the cruel behavior against the Scheduled Tribes of India. I would also like to tell you that the difference between Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes is Scheduled Caste were basically the people who were previously untouchable. These people were called the untouchables. And the Scheduled Tribes, these were the ones who lived in the tribal areas, in far-flung areas. So, Parliament of India has made law in the year 1989 for the prevention of autocrats favoring the Scheduled Tribes of India. Okay, this is one of the important points. With this, we complete this session. Just go through the tribes and just remember their states, which states have occupied which tribes live in which parts of India. We'll be back with our next class. Till then, just keep studying. Thank you.